All right, we got some crazy stories happening around the country about squatters and people moving in to squatters' houses to get them out. So, the fastest way, apparently, to get these squatters out of your property is by moving in with them. And it sounds insane, but it's working. And so, in this video today, we're going to break down two viral stories where frustrated property owners didn't wait for the courts. Instead, they packed up their bags and moved right into their own houses with the squatters still inside until the squatters left. So, in this video, we're going to go on talk about what's going on with squatters, Chicago story, a California story, why this strategy works, how it works, my take of real estate investor, and then wrap it up. And before we dive in, 90% of you watching aren't subscribed. So if you want to stay ahead of these crazy real estate trends like this, hit that subscribe button right now. Please do it. It helps me out a ton. With that being said, let's get into the video. So what's going on with squatters right now? Squatters is exploding and squatting is exploding across the United States. In Atlanta alone, over 1,200 houses are illegally occupied by squatters. And this has happened to me on a couple different properties across the country in blue states and red states. And we've done some unique things to get them out, but moving in with the squatters is probably the craziest thing that we've ever heard. In Atlanta alone, over 1,200 homes are illegally occupied. Properties worth millions are being taken over. Locks changed, leases faked, cops helpless. And why? Because in so many states, squatters have more rights than actual owners, and evictions can take months. There's a short story out of Chicago, Marco Velasquez. He listed his Southside Chicago property for sale. It was just like a single family home. A realtor showed up with a buyer and finds strangers already living inside. This has happened to one of my realtors in Cleveland, Ohio as well. They go to the property, they show it to a buyer, they walk in, boom, there's people already living inside. The couple claimed they bought the home and even showed the police a fake mortgage document. This was happening too with Airbnb. A lot of people were moving into Airbnbs and being like, no, I own this property, and they would like create these fake documents and all this kind of stuff. And the police couldn't do anything because it's so challenging to figure out who's the actual owner. Is this mortgage listed? Is this the right deed? Is this the fake deed? Is this the real deed? It's just a piece of paper, right? It can say whatever. The police couldn't do anything. So what did Marco do? He grabbed an air mattress, called a few friends, and moved in with the squatters. Insane. They camped out in the living room while the squatters stayed in the bedroom, and eventually the squatters demanded $8,000 to leave. Marco paid them $4,300 and got them out. So was it fair? No. Was it legal? Yes. And it worked. So the squatters just asked for money, ended up asking for money, and Marco paid them $4,300 to get them out. California story, we have Flash Shelton. His mom's house was overtaken by squatters. Law enforcement refused to help, which is typically the case in these situations. So he drafted a lease, had his mom sign it, notarize it, and then he moved himself in legally as a tenant. When the squatters left the house in the morning, he went in, locked the doors, and waited. When they came back, he told them he wasn't leaving. They never came back. Now Flash runs a company called Squatter Hunters, helping other owners legally out-squat the squatters. This is just an amazing. And there's a couple reasons why this works. Cops won't get involved in a civil dispute. Squatters expect landlords to wait on the courts, which typically they do, which takes forever. And when you show up and make life uncomfortable for them, they leave. There's no violence, no breaking the law, just owning your own space. And there's some other things you can do too, is like cash for keys. Just give them money to get the hell out of there, and they can go actually find a place to live, pay for their moving fees, pay for whatever, a moving service to move them out of the property. The other thing that you can do too is just turn off I'm not sure if you can legally, but you can turn off the utilities. It is your property. It is supposed to be vacant. There shouldn't be any utilities. A lot of times that probably just doesn't even stop people or prevent people, especially if it's the summertime. Wintertime in these places, they're going to be freezing. So my take as a real estate investor is crazy. This is just crazy. The legal system is broken. You can own a house, pay taxes on it, maintain it, and still not be able to use it. Sometimes the only solution is literally to get creative. And I think especially if you're buying single family houses, multifamily apartments, having a great property manager who does deal with this on a consistent basis, and then setting up your property in the right way so that this doesn't happen to you. Make sure your unit turns are done super, super quick. Don't list the property on the market for sale for months on a time. That just leaves you more open to people breaking into the property and moving their shit in. If you just have a property done renovations and then 2 weeks later a tenant moves in, or you list it for rent and you get somebody to move in there and you take photos of everything except for the major systems, you're going to have a way higher likelihood that you're going to get somebody to just move in there in the next couple of weeks and not have somebody break into the property. So for me, in the real estate game, especially with vacant properties, the thing is just speed. You don't have to board everything up. You don't have to do all this stuff and be overprotective if you're fast. If you're fast, you just finish the renovation, get a tenant to move in there, and you call it a day and you get out and you go to the next one. You see what I mean? Like, a lot of people take so much freaking time, like, I want to list it for sale for 170, and then like it doesn't sell. 150, then it doesn't sell, and then 130, and then 120, and it's like been listed for 9 months, and like the amount of things that can happen to your property in 9 months is absolutely insane. So this isn't legal advice, but if you're dealing with squatters and you can legally move yourself in, it might be your fastest path to getting your property back, as crazy as that sounds. Would I recommend it? Probably not. I want you to think bigger. I want you to think as an investor and not as like somebody who's just trying to get a squatter out. So my like push to you is to think like a real estate investor. Would Warren Buffett ever go and move into one of his properties? No. Are you Warren Buffett? No. But we can pretend like we're Warren Buffett. We can pretend to be and to pretend to act like Warren Buffett in a situation and put ourselves in a situation where this does not happen. For me, for the 1,000 deals I've done, 1,000 units I've done, I've had a couple of squatters move in. We've always just like gotten them out or had the police go, and the police would just escort them out. And this has been in Chicago, in Memphis, in Cleveland, St. Louis, all that kind of stuff. So you can definitely get tenants out, even in these bluer states. You can definitely get these tenants out of the property. But some people just abuse the living hell out of the system, and it's really, really tough to get them out, where sometimes you just want to pay a couple $1,000 and get them out. Typically for us, cash for keys, when you give somebody cash to have them move out, typically we only spend like $500 to $1,000 for that to happen. So keep that in mind with you and your properties. Drop a comment down below. Would you ever move in with squatters just to kick them out? Would you do that? Second, please like and subscribe to the video. Thanks so much for watching this video. Thanks for staying till the end of the video. Like and subscribe for more real estate content like this. And if you want to invest in real estate, you want to partner up with me to buy apartment buildings, click the link down below in the description, and we'll make sure we don't have squatters. See ya.